Hello, y'all. This is Whitney, and the word of the day is I'm gonna be speaking on today is heart posture. I'm gonna be coming from 1 Samuel 16:7. I'm gonna read from the New King James Version, and then I'm also gonna read from the Message. So I'm gonna read from the New King James Version first. But the Lord said to Samuel, "Do not look at his appearance or at his physical stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord does not see as man sees. For a man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." And from the Message it says, "But God told Samuel, looks aren't everything. Don't be impressed with his looks and stature. I've already eliminated him. God judges persons differently than humans do. Men and women look at the face. God looks into the heart." What is God is saying to you through the scripture? God is talking about your heart posture. Now I'm gonna go into music at the same time. So why are you worried about how man thinks of you and how man judges you on the outside when God is literally looking at you and the person judging you from the inside? I'm gonna let y'all just process that. I've had a problem with this, and I'm learning to be confident. I'm learning to be confident and get my validation from God and not from man, because what man thinks will not last. God already eliminated what man thinks. It's time for me to show what God truly thinks of me. A lot of young people, teenagers, kids, even old people, no offense to all of y'all, but older people, a lot of people, whether you're in the church, at school, in the workplace, they tend to say, "Oh, well, want to one up somebody or judge somebody because they have this name brand item and the other person has the off brand item." They want to judge a person because they have this much money and the other person has no money. They have a good job and the other person doesn't have a good job. And I'm here to tell you today that God is not pleased with that. It goes into the song "Sinking" by Ty Tribbett. You think that because you're a preacher's kid, because you played the organ in church, because you played the drums in church, because you're related to the pastor, because you're related to the church mother, because you're related to who's ever over that ministry, that you're anointed because you have a relationship, because you know how to play. No, you're not, because you could be a mess outside of the church on the inside. You're not doing the things God is telling you to do on the inside, outside of the church, outside of them four walls. So you're not doing what God is telling you to do, but you're coming to church playing a face, putting on a whole different mask. Do you think God is happy with that? Do you think God is pleased with that? Because God definitely sees you sinking. God is looking at you from the inside out. God is making you new from the inside out. He's not looking at the outside in, because just like he blessed you with all them things, all the materialistic things, he could surely just snatch it out of your hands and give it to the person who's appreciative of it. People tend to judge people based on how people in the church, and I'm saying all churches, I'm not specifying churches, but people in the church tend to judge people because Sister Jones has on this hat and Sister Sulu, Sister Sulu doesn't have the right hat on. And people tend to judge those people not knowing the warfare Sister Jones had to go through to get that hat. I'm just using things as an example. Sorry, y'all. It's hard to explain myself. I've had a problem with validation, and I am currently working on that with my spiritual mom. But she's helping me push through it. But I have a problem with that. I have a problem with trying to seek validation from people, not knowing that it was tearing my life up, not knowing that I was a mess. And I'm not perfect. I still am a mess some days. But instead of allowing God to fix it for me, I was asking people to fix it for me. And they were even a worse mess than me. God is not looking at you from the outside. Because you could look like you have it all together, but the inside, you're a whole mess. I'm going to just say that again. You think when Jesus comes soon, do you think you're going to truly be ready to go to heaven? Do you think you're going to hear the words, well done, thy good and faithful servant? Or are you going to hear, depart from me, I never knew you? What do you want to hear? Because your heart is not right. Because you're a mess. And yes, I have to take this advice to myself, baby, because I am not perfect. The only person that was perfect that walked this earth was Jesus. He is the Son of God. I am not perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm preaching to myself like just as well as I'm preaching and teaching to you. But that's the word I want to give to y'all. It's about your heart posture. God is looking at you from the inside out, not the outside in. And I hope I'm not rambling, but I hope I really hit home and cause y'all to change y'all's mindset, so y'all could turn back to God before it's too late.